It's us, the Melanated Anime Club. Thank you for being here.
It's been a while.
It's been a couple of weeks, but we're back with
and
our.
We love being here.
We love being here. Our fresh new summer hours. You'll see us every other week, hopefully. That's the plan right now. But yeah, we're here.
We're outside.
Matt, we're literally indoors right now.
It's a phrase, man.
It's a lovely phrase.
It is. Disrespectful.
Only slightly, but that's the level of disrespect that we get here. It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's disrespect with the side of love.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Take a minute to process it.
It will. It will.
But anyway, we're here to talk about what we love to talk about every time we come on here, One Piece, and how
You always like it when they hit that Soge Kingu.
That's where you feel the soul. That's where you feel the soul of Soge King.
I feel it.
All right, so man.
Let's talk about it.
10:43 is that where 10:43 is that what happened today?
We're at 10:43.
My God, dude. So we've missed a couple weeks. So let's just give like the brief run up until we get to that final panel, because I think everything that happens is great, but I do think like the last maybe 4 or 5 chapters are all culminated in this last fucking panel.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would
Yes,
definitely.
my Nika, that is true.
It's just like a bunch of. What the fuck, man? Hold on.
That's perfect.
You missed this. You missed this.
It was funny. I'll give it to him. I anyway, let's recap these last couple chapters.
Where did you leave off, Z? Like the last time, like because so much has happened.
I was here with you the last time we talked about it, so
it had to be it was the fight between
Zoro and King,
Kid, and Law.
No, it was that because we were talking about
they had just hit the damn Punk, Punk Gibson or whatever.
So
we last word was where Big Mom went down.
Yep. She got Willie D'd.
She got slammed through. She got silenced.
She got slammed through for real.
Can we get an explanation on Law's powers? Can we just
yes. Simple.
He feels like he just control of a certain thing. He just did things, and we were just supposed to accept it.
Yeah.
He could do anything within a certain room.
So he can make a room, and then he can perform surgery. So whatever that means, he can take things from one place to another. He can cut things internally. He can slice things open internally. Like what's something that you can do in surgery? You can get things removed. You can get things added. You can get things combined. You can get things transplanted. So anything that you can do, you can get a camera up your butthole. Like all those things that you can do in a surgery, Law is able to do.
Even increase the size of his sword to reach the Earth's core and like create a giant crater.
Yes, because he has control over the size of everything inside his room.
Yeah,
and if he uses his awakening, which is basically applying your power onto something, that means the room is on the sword. So
the blade has its own The blade has made its own room
Yes.
for better intents and purposes.
And thus, since it's in its own room, he has total control over the properties of everything in said room.
To like a surgical level of precision, and that's kind of like what his whole thing is.
So if he can augment.
I guess I can accept that.
Yeah. So if he wrapped his wang in a room, good Lord.
What can he though? Because his wang is part of him, so he's not imbuing his power to something on the outside. Not truly an awakening. Ooh. It's still part of him.
But could he apply the room to himself then?
Yeah, he's applied rooms to himself primarily the show. That's like his
right. So he just hasn't used it to our knowledge.
But the question is, can you put like a room on this finger, a room on this finger, and they're two separate rooms? Like, how does that work? We're not going to get into all that.
I don't know. Never mind. I shouldn't open this rabbit hole. I apologize.
What? Are you shocked?
Well, if we're talking about opening up rabbit holes, so we got to move over to Carrot, right? What are Carrot and the rest of them?
Well, they were just like off to the side, and we only just saw them just now.
Well, they did holler at him, like when they had the big shot of Big Mom kind of falling through the big chasm, and everyone's kind of doing their reaction.
Well, yeah, you see everybody's reaction, and they're just like heading out from taking care of Sparrow or whatever.
Well, they were like, "Oh shit! Look, we can see the moon again." I remember was the thing that they like referenced. Was that like the sky was opened again? The ceiling had been broken. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, that's gonna have to kind of come back and play a part in something.
Maybe.
I think it was because they're running back right now.
I feel like the Minx had this too long moment already.
Right, no, but this is I think everyone besides Luffy and Zoro are all in this rescue, grab and go survival mode. Yeah. Frankie's getting Zoro.
Yes.
And so what's his name? The cat. Big cat.
Peckham's. Nekomamushi. Yeah. You're right.
Nekomamushi.
Or Peckham's is not dead. He's not here.
So we know, yeah. Nekomamushi and Carrot see everything in the fire, and they're running back.
Right.
And that's the last place, but we don't know where the fox is. But it might be presumed like is with them as well. Deer? I forget.
Wanda. I got you.
Yeah,
Wanda's a deer.
Yeah, Wanda. Okay, yeah.
She's good. But because they're the Musketeers. The Musketeers.
Yeah. But we got that update.
But like
Basil Hawkins. Where?
Dead.
He was still if not dead, like the knocked out.
White eyes.
He had the white eyes drooling from the mouth shot.
White eyes versus black eyes. Let's get into it, okay? Because
okay, man.
We got some jumps to make before we get into it.
We'll wait.
I know you're excited. I'm excited.
That's kind of the big end.
I'll wait.
Right. So we kind of over the last like couple of chapters, we got the classic One Piece, just like let's go check up on folks, right? So this one, this chapter opens up. Well, the last chapter ended with CP0 showing up in the middle of a big fight. Right as they're like, this is the final blow. CP was like, "Hey, yo, Luffy." Luffy's like, "What?" And just gets fucking wrecked. Just fucking
he palmed him on the shoulder, hit an iron body, throw him off balance.
Yeah.
I think he just froze his body. He froze the CP0 guy froze his body, so he couldn't move.
I thought he hit iron body, so that made him like heavier and like weighed Luffy down to throw him off balance. That's how Kaido was able to hit him.
I thought it was okay. I read it as it was it's the iron body, but because it applied to someone else, you couldn't move.
I didn't take it like
I don't think we've ever seen that application, but
I feel like the Roku Shiki techniques are only things you can apply to yourself, with the exception of finger gun. But
which is why I think Iron Body this is like an additional level to the Shiki techniques.
All right. Well, I don't know about non-devil fruit abilities being awakened. True. That's not a thing that we've seen so far.
Never seen it before.
Speculation. The way I interpret it was like that moment where like Luffy's like, all right, my last shot, and Kaido's like, my last shot, and they were. Right. I was expecting the double knockout finish, right? Like the boom, boom, we're both like, we're equals, like type of shit happening.
And then,
but from my point of view, it was like, all right, we're about to have that last moment, and then like, we don't have the perk of this because it's a written medium, but I feel like it wasn't Rob Lucci. Like our whole thought was like that was Rob Lucci. I don't think that was Rob Lucci. That was like
no, that guy's not Rob Lucci.
No, we know who Rob Lucci is. Rob Lucci is somewhere else hauling everything in to the guy who's running the show right now. So I think these are all nameless CP0.
I feel like the last CP0 member we saw in this latest chapter is Rob Lucci.
With like the chicken bucket on his head, right? Like the hat.
Not the
he has
chain,
like
but
this
just
little
his big
hunch,
sign.
and I feel like the bird is underneath the hunch.
Okay.
Mm.
Tori, that makes sense.
But then how did they get in? Because
Bluno.
Bluno lets it in, but they've shown
they've been in the
Rob Lucci
castle the entire
somewhere
time.
else.
No, yeah, Orochi. They were chilling with Orochi.
No, not the one on CP0. CP0 that's on Wano was called into by Rob Lucci and the one who was at Whole Cake Island, and then the dude who's got the legs and spins around stuff. Yeah, they called in information to him, the guy to the boss who is on Wano. So I don't think it's Rob Lucci.
Oh, maybe not then.
So you think Rob Lucci's not the boss of CP0?
No.
Okay.
I just think that this CP0 crew that was sent into Wano is just is almost like a nameless crew, to just show their effect, because we haven't seen the faces come off.
The way that they've built up Cypher Pole Ages 0 or whatever, CP0 that we're in, it's not nameless people. These are OP people. These are people that are so powerful that like they're not going to be nameless. They're going to be names that we've heard. They're going to be people that we've seen. They're going to be.
Then why? Okay, before that though.
But when are we going to get that reveal?
Yeah,
okay.
That's the thing. I don't.
If
think
I may, I think we are. I think we are going to get that reveal. I think we get that reveal very soon. One of the things that really kicked off, I don't know if it was this chapter or last chapter. They all kind of blend together at this point.
Yeah.
But we started off with X Drake interacting with the CP0. X Drake stabbed the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he got turned around and got hurt. That being said, that is the time for Sword to show up. And I think Sword is on their way. I think we have all of the ducks in a row for Kobe, probably Hancock, like a mixture of the Grand Fleet and the Sword is going to be coming in soon to help. Like, there's no way that that's not the case. Too many people have Luffy's Viver card for his. Let's fucking just get to that last panel. When he gets knocked out, KO'd, and we see his life force, Brook style soul come out of his mouth.
Yeah, well, that was the last of the steam from Gear 4.
Yeah,
Gear 4.
And he goes
black-eyed
versus white-eyed, which we'll get into in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially what happens is, Momonosuke is like, I can't hear his voice. Other people are like, I can no longer hear Luffy's voice.
Not Drake, but Law said that.
Law said that. Also, I feel that Chopper had the same sort of premonition.
Chopper. I mean, Chopper was like, oh, he's down, but he'll come back. I feel like that was Chopper's vibe, while Nami was just like, nah, you're a fucking liar. Like, again, another great moment of all the Straw Hats' reactions to it was also great. Like, Nami was about to get fucked up. Like, Nami, like Marco had to come in and be like,
I love Marco's role in this whole thing of just being like the nudger of the new generation, and he just shows up OP as hell, and it's just like, I'm gonna at some point need to stop saving y'all so you could do the show, so you could like come on, like step up. It's not done yet. You need to keep going. Let's keep it going. Okay.
Yeah, Marco has been guiding them this whole time.
Like he's just there like in awe of this next generation and stepping up when he needs to, just to be like, oh, dang it, they're not ready yet. All right, cool. Let me come in with my amazing self and just spin my arm around and block a fire breathing thing. Why? Because that arm's just going to regenerate.
And I think that's one of his main things too, right? Is he's been getting involved, but he's not like, I'm going to go fight Kaido involved. I'm not going to go fight Queen. He's like, no, this is what the picture is. You need to see what the big picture is. Dr. Chopper, you were one of the most prolific doctors I've ever seen. Yeah. You can handle this.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he's been. He's just been like, you're not going to let this dude stop you, are you, Sanji? Like, that's just kind of been the little moments.
The other time where he told
soccer,
don't you have to go up? He told Zoro, don't you have to go upstairs and cut Kaido now? What are you doing? What's time to be small fry?
Yeah. He's the best, like, little kickers coach. Like, you guys can do it. Come on, kick it in the goal. Just do it. Just do it. Hey, here's an arch slice.
It's actually really cool because he's kind of a little turn on the shonen trope. He is your wise, older mentor.
He's not pervy.
He's not like a super perv.
Yeah, he's not pervy at all.
He may be a little.
It's just a pineapple.
Ooh.
Just a pineapple. But speaking of just like a pineapple, non-threats and stuff, before we get into white eyes versus black eyes, I do want to talk about the other major thread that's going on that we haven't really touched on. And that is Momonosuke coming into his own as a dragon, moving this thing, kind of realizing that he has the ability to do something,
Mhm.
Luffy goes down, he kind of, reverts back to Kid Momonosuke. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I can't do this. I'm so scared. And Yamato came in with like, hey, this is more than just you. You know this. You were here back then. If you don't do this, don't finish this, then the
He's
whole
still
last
10
20
years
years.
old.
Yeah.
Is he though? Yes, he
He's
is.
still 10 years old.
He's only 10 years old, but he was there. Like
He
saw
grew
his
up.
dad. He knows
in those panels.
wrong. He's been through a bunch of wild stuff, but he's still a child.
He's a child that grew up in this chapter because you can see like the panels. It's like the shock of just like, I have to make choices. And then Yamato makes the speech. And then here comes the steel vision of like, you know what? I'm grown now. That's just basically trauma unfolding itself.
I think it was a little bit more than that because he had that moment with Yamato and it's like, yeah, we got to grow up. But it was Zunisha. And I feel like every time he interacts with Zunisha, he levels up a little bit.
You can say that.
First, he had to man up and give Zunisha the command, right? That was like the first thing he did, and that was his first like leveling up. This time he's got Zunisha, and he knows that Luffy, what he views as his savior, is dead, and Zunisha comes back, and that's when I viewed it as that was the resolve. Is like when Zunisha communicates with me, when I can actually use this power again, that's when he's like, oh yeah, I am a man destined for something more than this. So I'm really interested in seeing how that all plays out. And I definitely feel like we're going to have a moment where like Momonosuke uses Zunisha as a weapon again, except this time he's going to use the word Tsunachi or whatever that power phrase is, and it's going to.
Oh, maybe.
Because that needs to come back.
I've had this thought about Zunisha and the connection to Wano in general, the Void Century, in that if the world government punished Zunisha, and we don't know what that thing was for, but we know.
Was it the world government or was it the ancient kingdom?
I
don't know, but that's when the punishment
was punished. That's all.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we all have our theories of why Zunisha is, and I can tell you mine in a little bit,
but I feel that punishment also closed the borders of Wano at the same time. In that their failure and JOYBOY's failure in part too, because they worked together and they were Nakama. The Void Century and Wano going closed, and there's a tie there.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think in this chapter, Yamato references it in that we've suffered, the samurai have endured this whole time, and now it's time. Like, no, it's time. Like, you have to step up. This is predestined. Like, this is like you're right at this is what everyone's been waiting for. Why are you back in
waiting
now?
For the dawn. And the dawn
yeah, like just do it. Also, speaking of waiting for the dawn, the fandom did hit something, and I love it. I am a fan of the skeleton of the crew.
Oh,
I am a fan of that song that it played.
Pink's Sake.
Pink's Sake. And there was a line in there.
Yeah, I heard that too.
That references it. And I want to play that full lyric.
Okay.
And I have that prepared because
production.
It's not I'm not going to do the full thing. It's 4 minutes. I'm just doing the
clip,
the single verse. Yeah. But it's so good.
Hit play or hit share audio.
Did you hit share audio too?
You got to share the tab, not your whole screen, bro.
You don't hear it?
No.
Oh.
You got to share the tab, not your whole screen, because then we can hear it.
All right. That fairs that. I did not know that. All right. There we go.
See, Ramon's laughing at you, dog.
I don't care. You don't care about Ramon.
Well, damn, Ramon, he don't care about you. He officially said it. We all thought it, but he just said it for real.
Here comes the old chat.
Okay.
He left.
It's not the whole screen. It's just the tab.
Yeah.
Yeah, that because you have an option to share audio when you share a tab.
Share Chrome tab.
Here we go. I see. It's got to be Chrome. Got it. Technical difficulties.
It's not a technical difficulty.
Yes, it is. It's 2 different browsers, my guy.
Well, that's a user error, my guy.
No, it's not. That's optimization, my guy.
Clearly not optimized, my guy.
It is truly optimized.
If it was optimized, we'd be watching a video right now, my guy.
No, we're waiting for the commercial to finish right now.
Oh, fair enough. Listen, ain't nobody paying for YouTube Premium. We can't condone that.
Wow. Skip this ad. Come on. I don't care about Monday. Pause. Here we go. You know what? Go get some love in your life, Ramon.
That's real. Damn. I mean, who's mad to tell anyone to look for love in life? But here we go.
There we go.
Gather up all of the crew, it's time to ship the Pinx's brew. Pirates we eternally are challenging the sea. With the waves to rest our heads, ship beneath us as our beds. Hoisted high upon the mast, our jolly Roger flies. Somewhere in the endless sky, stormy winds are blowing by. Waves are dancing, evening comes, it's time to sound the drum. Steady men and never fear, tomorrow's skies are always clear. So pound your feet and clap your hands till sunny days return. Yo ho ho ho, yo ho ho ho. Yo ho ho ho, yo ho ho.
Okay, I think you can stop it now.
Man, that English translation is just awful to listen to.
It was? I thought that was a little off too.
I mean, it's like it has like it's a Small World vibes that doesn't come across in the Japanese version.
Yeah, it does. It felt very weird. But I wanted the English
because that's what we're talking about, not the '90s dub singing.
Right.
But it does hit on some notes that are happening right now in the story.
There's so many. The New Dawn, the stormy waves, the drums are coming, which with the black eyes, the distinction that we're getting there. Did Luffy died. Like up until now, he's only been knocked out. He legitimately died here, which means he didn't die at Marine 4. He just got ran through. Like, I think Oda's making a very specific point about Luffy dying here, especially with Kaido chasing death his whole life, not being able to be killed. It likely means that was a key factor that, like, Kaido knows more, way more than he's let on. Because he's previously he thought he killed Luffy. And he's like,
and said that he couldn't
not
be
JOYBOy. There's no way you're JOYBOy.
Yeah, I'll be 100.
So he knows something.
I'll be 100 with you though. I think a lot of people know more than they are letting off, and I want to bring up the fact that we're bringing up Brook right now is very interesting because Brook is someone who died. Was it 40 years ago? He died when he was 38. 50 years ago. He died when he was 38. He's 88 now, or when we found him. So that was 50 years. And then one of the things he said kind of when we first met him was, oh, I remember there was some rookie named Goldie.
Rookie named Goldie Roger. Yeah. He knew Roger back then.
So he knew of Roger. I don't know if he knew Roger. But we've established, at least 2 members of the Straw Hat crew have met or dealt with Roger. Frankie was part of it. Frankie was the team that helped build the ship.
Frankie did help build the ship.
Frankie was almost a member of Roger's crew.
Yeah. He was the kid that Luffy was to Shanks. Let me join your crew. Let me join your crew. That's what Frankie was to the Roger.
But it was more Odin that wanted to adopt him in there.
Right.
You see the interaction between Frankie and Odin. Odin was part of Roger's crew.
But like I do think that Brook, like we're gonna get into Brook's past, and we're gonna find out the history of the Lumbar Pirates. And I do remember they were talking about like the Rumbar Pirates, and so before he became a pirate, he was I believe he was a military commander for an unnamed kingdom, I believe is what he said. Okay. So I want to know I want to know the story of what was the unnamed kingdom Brook was a part of, and how that all played out. Because I remember looking at it, and this is a thing that I've kind of seen on the internet that kind of like brought up the concept that there was a civil war that Brook was a part of. How when you look at the Rumbar Pirates, they're a mix of finely dressed, almost like fancy boys in One Piece, the royalty, the people that come from money. You know, Sabo has a different look to him than the rest of his brothers because he came from affluence, right? So if you notice, like what Brooke is wearing, what the other musicians on the Rumbar Pirates were wearing, half of them were like very classy. You know, we all have like our instruments. Any instrument you give us, we can play type of people. And the other half was what was the name? He has the F's on his face. He was the leader of the Rumbar Pirates. I can't remember his name right now. But they kind of look more like rough and tumble, almost like Australian cowboy type of looks. So,
I have to like, go
Yorkie.
Look at
Yorkie was his name. Thank you. So there's something here where, like, you know, Laboon's going to come in and play a big thing at the end when Laboon comes back in.
He's got the Shandian tattoos.
Is that Shandian?
Well, they're similar, like the face tattoos, because King has it.
Yeah.
Well,
King,
look at you.
Yeah, King was a Lunarian, but kind of the same concept. Like, I think that there's something more about that era that's going on back, because that's still the pre-Rocks era, and we don't really have too much about the Rocks Pirates. Remember them?
There's so much lore in this world that it's daunting at times.
But I do
have
a theory.
You know what?
And this is where I'm coming from with the Brook and the Rumbar Pirates. Is that we're going to get to God Valley. I think the move is we're going to move to Elbath, but we're going to find the hidden or the place that was wiped off the map of God Valley, and I think that's going to be the next stop we go to.
You know what? And because I think Oda would do this.
And Sword
when we come back, sure. I don't think we're going to jump back when we come back in 2 weeks.
No.
To go back to Luffy.
No.
It's going to be a flashback.
I have a feel. It's either going to be we're going to Zoro and into a flashback that connects all of this, or just straight up flashback. Because
you think we're getting Kaido's backstory?
Yeah, Kaido backstory would be fucking money. But there are a lot of things that are sewed at the beginning of, like, things that were sewed in Wano that still haven't come back yet. Like we gotta have Hitetsu. He's like the blades and shit. Those all gotta come back into play because they got all of the like blades. We have
maybe
that mysterious Inari, the fox that was a shapeshifter. That thing has not come back yet.
True.
But the biggest thing to me, the thing that stands out the most, is when we did the Odin flashback, which was goddamn a year and a half ago at this point. When we did that, they made a big point of Lady Toki taking that arrow to the leg. And I still think that we need to see
taking that arrow to the leg.
Yeah, didn't Lady Toki?
That's what prompted. That's what prompted Odin to go there in the first place. Yeah, the
endgame stuff that he did. So I feel like that has to come back into play. Like Lady Toki, the mysterious time traveler that disappeared, she's got to come back into play somewhere. I don't know where or how. But I feel like that's got to come back into play.
We never know time travel abilities. She only goes into the future.
And then they never really found Odin's body. Wasn't that a thing too from like the old days? Now I don't think like undead Odin's gonna be a thing.
I thought he was he got boiled.
Yeah, but after he got,
he was still in the pot when he got shot. And that's the last time we see him or his body.
Okay,
right.
Because I remember,
you don't know if he got like a burial or anything.
That's what I was saying. Because I feel like I remember we came at the very beginning of Wano. They went to like the 9 scabbards like gravestones, right? Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah, but I don't remember Odin's being there.
That was my point. That was my point. Yeah, Odin's wasn't there,
and
that's why I was saying he might be.
There might be a special grave
around doing something. Yeah.
Oh, he's joined the force. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this all works. Like they for the first we've seen people die in this like manga, like for sure seen people die. We ain't never seen nobody's soul leave out of their body like this. We never seen an embodiment.
That was
of
just haki.
That was just what happens when he gets out of Gear 4.
Was that just Gear 4 then?
Okay. Yeah,
that was just Gear 4 haki release. Yeah.
Because like what explain the one that we saw over Zoro then? You remember?
What about Zoro?
We saw like a fucking death specter, like a sword and sickle type of death ghost over Zoro.
Then he fell off the edge, but he had the dark eyes as well.
Well, so, I feel like that has to deal with something with Zoro claiming to be the king of hell. I feel like
that's Enma.
It could be Enma.
Dude, okay. That's fun.
Could be either or both.
If he lives up to that, becomes the king of hell.
Yeah.
Luffy's dead, goes to hell, and he's like, no. That's
Yeah, it's like,
It's like
why are
Zoro-
you here? Wake
Zoro
back up.
got,
I gotta
Zoro
go
got
back too.
lost on the way to hell, so that's why he's chilling back in life.
And then and then Luffy's in there. It's like, wait a second, why are you? You're dead, man. Get the hell back up there. I gotta go back too. And then he comes back because they both had the dark eyes, and Frankie catches him. And then next you're gonna wake up, and because there's a lyric in Bing Sake that after the sun, the next day there's a full moon, or the moon rises the next day, and I think there's a yin and yang sun and moon thing going on, with like the moon being hell between Zoro and there's just so much speculation.
It's getting real complicated now because like we got like sun pirates and shit, pirates and shit.
Well, that's
Lunarians or moon people. Take their name.
Apparently, Enel's on the moon. Last time we saw him.
True.
Yeah.
Or
Enel's got to come back at some point, right? Like in this story.
True.
Yo, we always forget about this, but the specter of the Blackbeard pirates are forever there.
About the Blackbeard pirates.
Like,
when did he set out?
Could be in Wano right now, and we'd have no fucking clue. Or Shiri, the invisible and the shapeshifters, they could both be here, and we'd have no idea.
When did he set out with the crew, though? Was that during Reverie?
Oh man, we have to revisit Revelry. We have to go back to Revelry because that shit was
a little skewed.
Yeah, I don't know when he set out, but if it's right around the
all
time,
this in Wano is happening during Reverie.
Right, the beginning of Wano happened during Revelry. I think this is also like within the same like 2-week period. Like the last year and a half has been like a week.
Which I'm thinking is like, okay, we know that big news happened about Luffy being at Whole Cake Island, that being crazy and all that sort of stuff. Did that prompt Blackbeard leaving, knowing what's going to happen after Luffy leaves Whole Cake Island?
I could be wrong, but I thought Blackbeard already left Beeswax Island and started whatever his mysterious plan was when we got to when Luffy was getting to Wano. That was about the same time we got the Blackbeard stuff. Because it was
it was close, but I can't remember.
If it was about the same time.
I remember that was happening around the same time. Like Colby met up with Mancher. He's like, "Oh, you like Luffy too?" Like that was all around the same time.
Was that also around the same time? Because I thought Reverie was supposed to happen right around the same time as that big dinner on Whole Cake Island that Luffy crashed.
No,
because there were people that were going to Revelry were at that dinner, and they were heading to Revelry. So it was like another like week or two after that.
Okay.
Because I believe the implication that they were kind of making you think was that like Sanji and Pudding would go together, as they're like
to Reverie, right?
Okay, like, as like their alliance.
Yes, because the nation that doesn't have a land, the Germa, was headed to Reverie. On the way, yes. Okay, so then,
because that's how they were going to get back to
their status again. Yeah,
it's been a long time, dude. That was like fucking Whole Cake Island was what, 2 years ago?
More.
Yeah, but the current cover art is covering the tail ends and tying up loose ends of the fallout of Whole Cake Island.
Cover story,
And then they just got back. It's a boring ass cover chapter, but if you look in the background, either the people who were in attendance to the party or someone else is still there, because there's like itty bitty like drawings in the background at the foot base of where
Drug Peklo is.
Who? Yo, drug Peklo's chilling. Drug Peklo ain't got time for that.
I'd really like
to take care of the underworld.
I love the cover story right now of what's happening because it's actually giving like some story background.
Yeah. I did like the 2 chapters of the Pudding punches where Pudding was just knocking out.
But
Wano though, because like we all know Kaido's losing because he did his big bad building speech.
Okay, 1 second. Can we just talk about
the
look on Kaido's face when CP0 jumps in? And just look distraught and just the pain of being like, I waited 20 years to have another good fight, another fight on equal terms.
I get it.
Now there's another
I'm about to win.
To it.
I even took it further. I viewed it as Kaido being like, I'm finally about to die, you piece of shit. I finally found someone who was possible to do it. I finally was about to get this thing.
No, that's part of it too. But like, even though he wants to die, like in the heat of battle, he still like wants to prove himself supreme. Like he wants to die,
Yeah.
but like he's
Well,
not
and
going to
then-
sully this good fight by like not going at his best.
Well, and the chapter before it did establish that Luffy and Kaido had some kind of like camaraderie in battle that they had developed, right?
Oh yeah, they were both.
We both had that.
Well, yeah, they
enjoying it.
were both enjoying the fight. Yeah,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's
And
very
just
much like Roger
Katakuri.
versus Whitebeard.
Oh, I was gonna say like Katakuri is very similar.
Oh yeah,
that too.
Katakuri's like, I'm so much better than you, and then afterwards, like in the fight, he's like, oh shit, you can do this, and then it was like a different ball game, and then very similar to Katakuri, a third party caused a random distraction. And unlike Katakuri,
But yeah,
Katakuri who stabbed himself and was like, that's not fair. Kaido's like, I'm gonna kill him.
yeah.
But then I love how he turned around and goes, "You ready to pay for what you just did, brother?" And the guy's just like,
he tilts his hat like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I liked the official translation better, but I like the emotional translation the first time. Then when I first read, it's like, do you know what you've done? Like, I like that better. Like, do you know what you just did? Versus, you know what I have to do right now. And he's just like, yeah, I know. It's like, I'm good.
here's the thing,
But it's just like,
But we
Kaido
didn't
knows
see him
secret-
die.
Kaido
We didn't
knows
see him
secret
die. We
hero.
just saw we got a flash out, and we saw the head of Onimusha. We saw the roof, but we did not see him make contact or the body afterwards.
he got
So,
smashed
he's still around.
through the skull into the ground, witnessed by everybody. However,
We
to
didn't see
your
his
point,
body.
he was stabbed through the heart the previous chapter
wasn't
and survived.
Well, you just run through. We don't know what organs were hit, but
Okay, you're
It
telling me
was.
Drake
It was.
doesn't know
I'll
how
give
to
you
do
this. It was a chest, like a lung might be gone, but I don't think it was like the heart.
Okay, you telling me Drake doesn't know kill points? He's a dinosaur, and he's in the military.
what the fuck is
He's
this?
also had the shit beat out of him.
Yeah, he's
was
also like
like-
on his last breath. He
When
couldn't.
you
You
Yeah,
back
might
an animal
wholly
into the
accurate at this
corner.
point.
You back an animal into the corner. That's the worst time you want to do it. And he's an Allosaurus. Don't mess with it.
Yeah, but can he? But can he shoot his body out of his body to fly? He's not.
Yeah.
He's no real Oda dinosaur. He's a fake dinosaur. He ain't shooting lasers.
But
He ain't launching his
To the-
neck out. But I would like I would like if he ever has like time off and does like a spinoff that's just like does bit because he used to do bit one offs before like One Piece was One Piece.
Mhm.
I would
Yeah.
love to see Oda just do like his take on like prehistoric times with how he views dinosaurs to work, and I just wanted to watch that. Just like the pterodactyls like attack like by pulling their head. Like, dinosaurs like shoot their head out, start flying. I just like Triceratops. Like what is they start spinning?
helicopter
Yeah,
triceratops, yeah. Like the actual animal that should spin out is the one that spits, but it's probably going to be like a water fountain.
Oh God.
So, I lost my thought.
Sorry.
It was worth it. Don't worry. It was so worth it.
We're talking about Allosaurus. He would know kill kill
Right.
spot.
Okay. So
Yeah.
he runs the guy through, right? Has a conversation, having been ran through him. Like, you think you did something? And he's like, I think these are my morals. Like, all right,
Like this.
F your morals. In your throat chop. Fast forward. I feel fine. He looks fine. He looks fine. It's like, I'm good. Iron body. All right. He's like, you know what? Like, yeah, boom. But you got ran through versus
And
getting
yet
hit
he was
with
still able to reach the roof
a
in record
Conqueror's
time.
Fiery Bagua. He got hit with a Conqueror's Haki Bagura. That just
Yeah.
killed Luffy. It
It
just
was
killed
cool.
Luffy. You think this guy is going to survive?
Well, he didn't name the attack. He just swung his Kanaba.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like the full strength maximum hop.
Okay.
Because
You
it wasn't
know
even
the name.
like-
You know if it's a regular
it's
attack, they name it and they say it
Mhm.
before they do it. That's just anime rules. You know this.
Yes. Okay, so it's just a regular infused attack. Okay.
Well, look,
Still,
I'm not the Naruto guy, but I'm pretty sure there was at least one guy that didn't say his attacks in Naruto because he's a ninja. I forget who his name is right now. But there was a. He's like he didn't yell like I turned into a tree. He just kind of turned into a tree. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think of who that is right now.
It's funny because I only know it. I couldn't tell
Okay.
you because I only know it through the video game that I stopped playing a year ago.
It's the guy
Wait,
who
was it
had
Yamato?
this.
It was the boss that I quit playing with, so because I couldn't beat him.
It wasn't Yamato because Yamato had whoever had the wood jutsu imbued in them, and he used jutsu signs.
So there's only 3 people that use wood jutsu.
Yeah.
Listen, we've already gone too far off.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You give me on tangents.
Other one,
I can't.
Yeah. Good Lord, this chapter, yo. Like we haven't even talked about what could possibly be the awakening.
Let's talk about it. So the big thing at the end, Momo's unsure of himself. He's like, oh no, all the Luffy's voice is gone. Everyone's freaking out. And then we see Zunisha with his eyes all black, and he's like communicating with Momonosuke
using the voice of all things.
The voice of all things, and he's like, I hear it. It's back. And Momonosuke's like, Luffy's gone. What are you talking about? And he's like, no, I hear the voice of JOYBOY.
Yeah.
And then we see
he hears the beat of the drums of liberation.
The beats of the drums. The drums
just
of
the drums of
vengeance.
liberation.
Like you actually see a panel of Luffy, and like you see the sound effect of a ba-boom.
Yeah, the heart stopping, then the finger twitches. And what Zunisha hears is Luffy's heart starting back up, and it reminds them that this is what JOYBOY sounded like.
His heartbeat. Okay, that's cool. I can fuck with that. But the image at the end it looked like Luffy. It had the trademark scar here.
It
had the JOYBOY smile.
It was more the smirk.
The smirk. It was more than the smirk. Wasn't it the full smile?
I feel like Luffy's regular smile is wider than that.
Oh yeah.
No, exactly. Sure. This is the JOYBOY smile.
It wasn't Luffy's she laugh smile. No, it wasn't that.
No.
It was Luffy's
the smile that we've seen on Luffy when he's only in shadows.
I was gonna say this is the smile that we see when everyone in the that has a D in the middle name dies. It was that smile. It was the Odin boiling Luffy fall smile. It was the Ace with the fist through his heart smile. It was what we assumed Goldie Roger getting executed smile was. Yeah, that's how I viewed it.
The smile that they always have when they're ready to face death.
Yeah. And again, I think we're about to get the next step of the Will of D. Like it's going to get explained a little bit more when Luffy wakes back up.
This clearly feels like an awakening for his devil fruit.
It does.
Yeah, and to me, I like to make this joke. It feels really like Dragon Ball Z because it's like the more he gets his ass kicked, the stronger he comes back. Yeah. Which, to be fair, is a trait of rubber. They bounce back. So
I don't
you need to hit yourself for that one. I'm sorry.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
I deserve it.
Yeah, you.
Right. I just want to take one moment here just to reference something I saw on the internet that made me laugh really hard. The last chapter, Kaido's like, rubber shouldn't be able to do that. And if you're a fan of Hunter x Hunter, the joke is, well, he has the properties of rubber and gum.
Yeah. yes. I saw that meme too. It was fun.
I laughed. I love a good Hisoka reference.
Yes.
Because he has the properties of lightning and.
You're thinking of Kahlua, but that's cool.
That's the one I like.
All right. So, I think we're about to start kind of wrapping up the One Piece talk.
So we can confirm that, according to Zunisha, Luffy is JOYBOY, or Luffy at least reminds them of JOYBOY from the familiar voice from 800 years ago.
From the timber of their
wait
heart.
2 weeks before we get any more information. And we're not even going to go back to this panel. We're going to get something else before we can get back to Luffy awakening, because that's just how Oda does it.
We're probably going to jump right into like
frustrated.
Yeah. I'm probably going to back to Zoro and then a flashback.
I think that you brought up a really good point that usually the villains will get a flashback, especially right before they die. And we haven't gotten that from Kaido. So that makes sense that a Kaido flashback would either happen right before he dies or maybe just after he dies. But there's no doubt in my mind that once Kaido dies, Vegapunk and Judge come back. So
maybe.
I don't know. Judge is in the cover story right now. I can totally see Vegapunk being revealed.
But after all the stuff with Queen and being such a fanboy of Judge and all that stuff, something's got to be there. That's all.
Well, yeah, they did mention that old crew they used to work with. They were all together.
Yeah, because the Super Science Group, the SSG that we haven't really heard about in a while. The whole reason they got rid of the Warlords. There's a lot of shit going on that we've just been so focused on Wano that we've forgotten things that were laid 6 years ago.
And to that point,
fucking 10 years ago. The time skip was 10 years ago. Fuck.
Yeah. From now on, no one can say Oda's a hack. It is verboten across all the internet. Given what we've been shown from Bink Sake to this reveal to everything that's been set up.
Everything we heard about Sun God Nika
years ago.
Let's not even get into the Sun God.
How is Jinbei going to respond to meeting the person that freed the slaves, like what's his face told him and then killed him about it? Yeah, like something related to that. Like, oh, you guys worship like Nika, the sun god, because that's why you guys are sun god pirates, or blah 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 blah. How do you do that? You pissed off Jinbei. Now, who's who? You got wrecked. How's Jinbei gonna be like? Yeah, I'm JOYBOY. You're Nika. Wow.
And
right, my Nikas?
That's got to be a record.
I don't know why you guys don't like being called gods.
What?
Gods?
I'm fine with it.
Okay, cool. I just can't. 2 weeks is going to be a long time.
Yeah.
There's so much. Oh God! Like the string of 6 chapters has been amazing.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, Big Mom going down, Big Mom Kaido, and then dying and coming back. Like his face looked like he was melting.
Yeah, I mean,
his hair melting.
I mean, honestly, we had Kaido's. We saw Jack, King, and Queen all go down. Big Mom went down.
Yep.
And then we did get the title card, Kaido, the winner.
Yes. But is also a great curveball. Like, no, he made the villain win.
He did win. So like Luffy had to have been dead for at least a minute or two.
Right?
Oh shit. Okay, because so when that popped up with that, it reminded me. Do you guys remember? It's like a gag. What up, Rose? It was a Phoebe. Right. I know your name was Phoebe. I saw Rose first and I got confused. Shit, what was I talking about? Fuck, I was on a train. I was on a train of thought and I got off. I got derailed. But fuck, man, I forgot. Oh, yes, I remember now. When it showed that he won, it reminded me of a little gag flashback at the beginning of Wano. When Luffy Taro sumo wrestled Uso Hachi. Yes. And it popped up that like round 1 winner, Luffy Taro. And then I brought it back up when he did when they're in the jail, they had to do the sumo to get the neck bands off. When he won that one, it also popped up with Luffy Taro 2-0 in sumo. Yeah.
But and they've been doing that for like these last big fights, like happening with Zorba's
title cards,
King down, Jack down,
versus Queen,
which is heightening. And I think to your point, Z, about the 5 arc acts within this, and the third one being the largest and having the biggest like impact, but it's like a bittersweet impact.
Bless you. Bless you. One more time.
The third one is like the action and conflict. The 4th act is the one that actually will have the most stakes. But it follows. It follows because the 4th act, this is going to be where Momonosuke really steps into his own, where Zoro becomes the king of hell, where Sanji embraces and taps into whatever that next phase is. This is going to be where Robin achieves her demon form. This is going to be where...
Well, we saw that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like this, like we're gonna see like the ramification. So like 5 is like the winding down. 5 is going to be like the people of Wano getting back to their lives, while 4 is going to be the emotional impact of everything that just happened. If that makes like to the main characters, if that makes sense.
So are you saying there won't be any fights in 4?
No, there's going to probably be fights, and I genuinely believe that Oda is going to subvert the expectations of what you expect in your traditional 5-act,
of course,
kabuki style theater show. Like this is like what the 5-act play is framing around is the kabuki style show. And so I genuinely believe that when we're going to get the resolve where it would go back to the people of Wano going back to normal, that's when like all of Wano explodes, or that's when, you know, the army shows up and we see the full on like, oh, this is what Magma Hand Man is going to be. I forget his name right now. Akainu, what Akainu's up to. Like I think that's what we're going to see. The admirals have been gone long enough for. And even then, the admirals, they have to go through their own side plot of Green Bull and Fujitora kind of like doing their own thing. So,
Green Bull.
Like, we completely forgot about that whole thing about them being like possibly being like old the daimyos from Wano.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of other things that are happening too that like we just forget about.
Because there's so much going on. This world is amazingly big, and like
that's what I said.
Absolutely.
No one can
so
speak
good.
for Oda. No one
Because you forget about stuff, and then when it comes up, you're like, "Oh shit, I forgot." But that makes it so much better.
Well, remember we had a couple cover stories back where Bellamy had engineered a bulletproof flag. Is that a thing? And he wanted to come bring it because he made a bulletproof flag for the Straw Hats that he wanted to bring to him, or was it just a Grand Fleet flag? I don't remember what it was.
I think it was just a Grand Fleet flag. He did make the flag though.
The bulletproof flag was. I remember they made a big deal on that. So,
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember that cover story, but I won't doubt you.
But
I remember. I don't remember the bulletproof detail.
Just the Bellamy cover story alone is a thing. I mean, how Bellamy is going to come back in, because Bellamy, when he finished that, his cover story was essentially him being like, "I've been so disillusioned by Don Flamingo, and I truly have a chance to be my own man. I don't necessarily want to join the Grand Fleet, but I do want a piece of Luffy's Reaver card." I do remember those being a key factor.
Yeah.
And then again, Luffy's Reaver card. So if he does die for 2 minutes or whatever, and the whole fleet starts seeing that little bit burning up or whatever, however.
It stops. What does that mean? I don't know. I need to go though.
Right. But that is the summon. That is the impetus that gets the Grand Fleet to all head.
You're right.
And on top of that,
how soon does that happen?
Well, us knowing that Hancock and Kobe were together.
Do they both have his Reaver card too?
They both have his Reaver card, yeah.
Oh God! It's just this culmination is becoming so big.
Kobe does?
Yeah, Kobe was one of the first people. Didn't Kobe get it from him when he first got his Reaver card made at when he met Garp? When did this
I don't think he got the Reaver cards made when he met Garp. I feel like that was at 70.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, because what's the name did it? Rayleigh did it for him. Right?
Was that pre or post time skip?
Reaver card to Zoro.
Say again?
Was that pre or post time skip? I guess that's really my question. Were they separated before the time? Did they get the Reaver cards before they separated for the time skip, or was it after? That's really where it all depends on.
It's so long ago.
Man, and we got what? We got 4 dead members of the worst generation right now on Wano? Or 4 knocked out members? Zoro's out. Zoro's out. Killer's out.
Basil Hawkins is out.
Scratchman Apu. Oh, we got 5. And so Scratchman Apu, Basil Hawkins, and X Drake. So you're right. There's 5 that are out right now. I guess Luffy's out, technically. So we have 6 of the worst generation that are knocked out right now.
Damn.
Because Law and Kid are still awake, so they're not.
They're using the last of their energy to like try to mount a defense.
And then that leaves us with Arouge and Jewelry Bonnie as the other 2 that aren't on there. Oh,
and Gang Beige.
Oh yeah, Gang Beige is kind of doing his own thing too. Yeah, I forgot about Gang Beige. But just there's a lot of things in play. There's a lot of factions in play. A lot of interesting. What's going on with. I'm still completely like. the SSG. The reason they got rid of the Warlord group. I know that we all think it's just a bunch of Kuma clones, but
I mean, I'm not sure. It could be anything at this point.
yeah, I think we'll be. Have we seen? God, oh shit! Aokiji. Whatever happened to him? Is he still with the Blackbeard Pirates, or he bailed on them?
I don't think he was ever really a member.
Wasn't a member,
was
but he
hanging out with
did
them.
stuff with them, right?
He was with them. Like either he was spying for
Like he's doing his own version of justice after he lost that fight with Akainu, or
so we think. Yeah.
Yes, a loss.
Yeah.
It might have just been a way for him to join his own version of Sword as like a
deep cover
or something. Yeah, deep cover.
But also, there's there's a theory that Akainu is behind Sword. Like it's all. I can't wait to see what Sword does. It's
I prefer Gart being behind Sword.
Yeah, especially with Garp's connection to God Valley.
God Valley, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
But,
Goda. I'm just gonna keep saying it, Goda.
But I think I'm looking at the time, and man, we've literally talked about One Piece for about an hour.
Yes, it has been a
There's so
minute.
much to talk about. We could keep going.
I feel like we could keep going, but I think it's only
there's, like,
fair.
other chapters and other mangas that we could cover. Like,
I just want to say, like, I want to take a little moment because just what My Hero Academia is doing right now is just the fact that like as a whole, no one's talking about it. Like in the anime like fandom zeitgeist, I feel like I'm not hearing anything about it right now. I'm hearing a lot of like,
I don't know why.
Jujutsu Kaisen right now and stuff. They're doing a big lot. Not a lot of people, but people are making noise about Dr. Stone ending, and I was like, dude,
that's true.
I haven't cared about Dr. Stone since like that first 6 months it ran, and then like once they started adding more, I was like, I don't care about this, but that's me. But I just don't think anyone like as hype as big as My Hero Academia was like 4 years ago. It seems like no one cares that we're literally in the goddamn endgame. Like,
and it's very good.
It's compelling, like the emotions, the past that are threaded, the fact that we finally got Toga being like, I want you to be my boyfriend. Like
that is the most insane thing. And it's way triggering because that's the only kind of women I seem to meet.
Yeah.
Are you gonna hit me?
That's unfortunate.
I've been waiting a whole day to say that.
You've been waiting a whole decade to say that?
A whole day.
Whole day.
As soon as I read it, I was just like, oh, that's too triggering. But also, how insane is that? It's like, no, you're not going to feel any fear from me because me hurting you
is my love.
It's my expression of love. Yeah. And dude, but just between all of that,
and they've been building that with Toga's backstory for so long.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, in the last episode when they were like, our last chapter, they're like, all right, everyone's going to warp. We have our battle plan, and Toga's like, no, I'm grabbing Deku. And then my favorite thing though was when I was One for All for One. When All for One is talking to Endeavor, and he's like, "Oh, you're here. The coolest part is you're making your son fight your oldest. So you're not only are you abusing your youngest son, but you're continuing the cycle of abuse to your oldest son. How fucked up are you?"
By having them fight, yeah.
And the best part about it too was like, I feel like maybe like 3 or 4 chapters, maybe it's longer than 3 or 4 chapters, but there was a chapter where like, Shoto and Endeavor were like, "We'll do this together."
Yeah.
And then just for it to be like here, it's like, oh man, Endeavor, you really are a piece of shit.
Yeah. And it's like, and also everyone knows it too.
Yeah.
Like, you're a piece of shit. Yeah.
And I think that's all part of like I do love All for One. Like when he kind of did this is my plan. If I can get Japan to fall, then everything else is so much easier. Like when he finally did that, I was like, that's super good. And then the way he's not Shigaraki, he's just Garaki now, which was very weird to read.
That is weird. That is weird. Like when whose personality is gonna like win out, or is it just gonna be a combination of both for as long as we see?
Not to segue back to One Piece, but that's a question about JOYBOY and Luffy too. Sorry.
Potentially, we don't know.
Yeah, I
don't think we can go that far just yet.
Nope. But anyway,
but I will say that like in My Hero Academia, I don't think it's really going to be a case of like one battles the other, because I think that there's like, I'm trying to think of like once they merge, like a new entity is formed and neither of them exists anymore. If that makes sense.
Okay,
Shigaraki's gone. Shigaraki will never be the kid that he was that cried when his parents dissolved. You know what I mean? He's never going to be that kid again.
Oh no.
Nope. He's just gonna jam fingers.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be like I'm really trying to think of something, but I can't call anything into mind right now. Like, okay, I got it. It's like how like Jean Grey and the Phoenix, they're kind of like battling, but after the conflicts came in, neither of them existed, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of like that. How like, you know, there are two things fighting, but now both of them are dead and something new has arose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that analogy.
Yeah, cool. Because it's like an anime thing, and if you don't understand anime bullshit, that made no sense to you.
I want to point out one of my favorite things in this chapter though is, well, it's a twofold. It's one, we get to see more Mirko, which I love. I love Mirko, and the fact that she has like robotic arms and a robotic arm and a leg to replace the one she lost, and that they're just backups waiting for her whenever she needs them. That was pretty cool. And then her and Bakugo or Dynamite.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Was it Murder God?
Explosion, Murder God, Dynamite.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
No, Dynamite.
Dynamite. No, they spelled it Dynamite.
It's supposed to be like All Might.
Yeah.
But she said Dynamite.
That might have just been her joking with him.
That might be like her, anime talk.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Prospero.
Their interaction was just so fun for me.
Yeah, just like blah, 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 Caroline, or you know how anime works.
Mm-hmm. Also, Black Clover, great.
Yes.
It's just fighting, and then all of a sudden, I don't know how that happens, and then it ends with, oh no, we have mastered Demon Union. We got extra horns, baby. It's about to get horny.
Another fun thing was that Mashal announced that they're halfway through the story now. So we were halfway through Mashal.
Is that with the 100th chapter that they announced that?
I don't know if it's chapter 100. I am a couple chapters behind, they just made that announcement.
Okay, so then then that's halfway through. Dope.
And I've been chugging through playing catch up on Sakamoto Days. God, I can't wait for that to get converted to an anime. It's
gonna happen.
Spy X Family actually premiered this week.
Really? That was a fantastic one to. That was a fantastic one to read. I'm gonna go watch that because I'm on Crunchyroll now, and I've been season 3 or 2 of Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, you're so far behind that we were.
Yeah, and then right when that was finishing, quick power nap, and then I wake up to what the heck is happening in season 3? All right, I gotta start this with a fresh mind and focus. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah, he looks like a tadpole now. That's all I'm gonna say. Aaron looks like a tadpole. It's confusing. I'll leave it at that.
I still struggle to see that in from your mind's eye, but it's okay. I'm gonna let you have it.
I'm gonna send you a photo and then not draw on it, so it's very visual for you.
I don't need that. No, thank you.
It's gonna be sent. It's gonna be there, and you're gonna read, and it's gonna be unfortunate. Your eyes will be sullied.
Fine.
Good. Yeah, I also try to look into My Hero Academia on there, but I can't decide if I should do dub or sub. And
I mean, it's honestly just whatever your preference. If you're doing the other stuff in the background, do the dub. If you want to watch it straight on, do sub.
Also, sub's currently free.
Huh?
Yeah, I would say
sub's free.
I mean, personally, I'd go subs because I feel like it's one of those shows that you kind of need to pay attention to because you'll miss things if you're just listening. There's some anime that you can just put on the background, but
yeah, I find the life anime and such.
Yeah, but I find generally speaking, animes that you're gonna watch or take the time to watch, it's worth watching in subs because you want that full focus. And I get that some people can't read and it's distracting, but I feel like poor translations and bad American voice acting is more distracting than the text on the screen personally. So
and I mean I'm not a person that really cares about that.
No, but I mean look, if I'm watching Digimon, I watch that in dubs. It doesn't fucking matter. But if I'm watching something like a Yu Yu Hakusho or something like a Mob Psycho 100 where there's a lot of shit going on that I kind of
need the details.
Yeah. And it's also like a subconscious thing. Like I live with my significant other, my wife, and like if I'm watching something in English, in her mind, it's just like, oh, that's cartoons. It doesn't matter. If I'm watching it in Japanese, and she's like, oh, like I'll leave him alone because he's focusing.
Well, whatever works for you.
Yeah. Also, I just say like any kind of art form. Like this is kind of just like an aside. Like watch it in anime style, right? Like if you can find anything, watch it in subs versus dubs. For example, I watched Encanto recently in Spanish with subtitles. Hits so differently. Great. Still a great movie. Just like hits differently, especially the songs.
Wait.
The songs are so much better.
Oh, wait. So you watched it in Spanish with subtitles. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So like if there's something that is in a different language, I will watch.
Well, that's true because I did end up watching Lupin with the French dub.
Yeah, and it's so much better than the. I only watched like 2 episodes of it, but I can tell you that I do enjoy the foreign language like aspects of anything, any cultural thing. Maybe it's because I'm into like Eurovision and all of this other stuff. That like, look, if you're a band that's singing in your native language and you can make me feel something, it's a lot more impressive than you singing your song in English. So
Gang.
There you go.
I have a question to pose to you both.
what's up?
As we close this out. Saw this on a TikTok. New guy I'm following, completely forgetting his name. But he's a black DM.
Okay.
Big in the D&D space. I've just been enjoying it. He posed a question to me, and I think it falls directly in our purview.
Okay.
As gentlemen in your late 30s, early 30s,
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
late 20s.
No.
We're all
Can I
we're all on
cover?
Team 30.
Okay, cool. You've been fans of anime your whole life, so you have a good swath of knowledge of what's powers and abilities and things you can do out there, right?
Yeah.
But you're also slightly into comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the question posed was, say you, as a person in the DC universe, with all of your knowledge of anime, were bestowed a Green Lantern ring, which would allow you to conjure anything that your will can back. Now, given your whole experience with anime, what would you do with said abilities? I myself thought, oh, I'm a Gundam changing, Voltron car lion thinging, dope ass Akira bike riding, Ronin warrior transitioning mighty morphin motherfucker. Because there's so many abilities out there, and that's just what I remembered in that moment, right? Like, I could just make a Sanpoktu and just make it huge and run you through. It was just, what would you do with said abilities?
So if I had a Green Lantern ring,
In the
specifically
DC.
the green, so it's will based. It's not rage or any other thing.
Yeah. The green one, yes. Yes.
And you have all your knowledge of anime.
Any anime ability. This is where he gets into like what are the limitations of this power? Because
What are
obviously
the limitations of the Green Lantern ring? Just your will.
Okay, then
no, they need to be recharged.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
They
the
need to be
batteries.
recharged. It's not unlimited power.
Well, in all honesty, if I was to take it, okay, if it's unlimited power, what I would do is I would use all my ability, everything I know about anime, and I would make me some 7 Dragon Balls. That's the first thing I would make. And then I just generate Shenron itself, make my own fucking dragon, and just get my own wishes granted. Now, that's everything I know about anime. Because I can't just be like, I will myself to have like, the knowledge of everything in the universe. I can't pull one of those. Can I?
Right.
So you have to physically make something. So if I can make Dragon Balls that have the ability to either summon a dragon or form my own dragon that can grant wishes.
Can you?
My will is strong enough. Your will is weak as fuck, but my will can handle it.
Fuck you. Excuse me for calling out holes. Excuse me for calling out plot holes. Thank you. Wow, that was rude as fuck. That was rude as fuck. I'm still upset. The moment happened, and I'm still upset.
That's why I asked. Like, is this the Green Lantern Will?
Yes.
Because like if this was like Wrath, I would not do well. If this was like Fear, I would not have a lot of powers. Willpower, though, that's the one thing I got.
Oh man. Oh, I could.
Willpower and creativity. Come on, baby, that's it. Maybe avarice. If you put me in one of the Star Sapphires, I might have a little bit of power.
Oh gosh, that was. I gotta send this to him. That was fantastic. Oh god, like we haven't even gotten to what Wes wants to be able to do because there's limitations, and you're just like, fuck, your will's weak. I can do whatever I want. I want Shenyu Ball.
Oh man, dude, yo. Okay, let's see here. We got Phoebe's got to go full druid and give himself a tall automatic to chill the fuck out. Can appreciate that. And then from Roman, just go. That's it. You just go punch.
That's what you just
pull one punch on Putin and that's it. That solves all the conflict. I don't think so.
Man.
It's a nice thought, but no.
I mean,
I never met the guy, but I feel like Putin could probably take more than one punch. That's all I'm saying.
And I think you could probably reach into your bag since you're our #1 fan, and just pull a power from an anime. Just like
I don't even want to answer the question anymore. I don't.
But no, I mean, to go back to Matt's like question that he proposed to us about what you would make with Will using your anime powers, with your knowledge of anime, what else would you make other than a Gundam? Like what else, like conceivably, like unless you can make
it has to be like a physical construct because I feel like the magic of the Dragon Balls wouldn't work just because like I made these balls that have the 7 stars on them 1 through 7, but like how does that create the dragon? It doesn't.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, my will's strong enough to do it. I can do it.
Zanpatukos, Gundams, the Voltron Lions.
That's the same thing. That's like that has a mystical element to it.
Well, don't the Zanpatukos have like some soul in there? Isn't that like part of it?
There is a soul in there too.
So you're creating a soul with your will, is what you're saying.
But what is will but an extension of your soul?
All right.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's like an argument to both. Because I mean, honestly,
what is Greek not love was
Voltron? Dude, you could be the Green Lion.
Just but all those contracts are inherently temporary.
Yeah, that's why I say Mets is probably one of the best calls because like
make a Gundam real quick. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like I feel like because Gundams are straight science. Like you can,
you could be the shit from Cowboy Bebop.
Or you can just be Pluton.
Yeah. See, it's great. There's so much there.
But
I feel like
again, Ronan
limits to what can be constructed with a Green Lantern ring. But I'd have to look into it because I'm not that big a Green Lantern fan.
But I'll say
Green Lantern's like OP.
It takes away of like the setup kind of takes away the magic of anime, right? Because to me, all of the best like you know what? I think that is a great cue for this. And you know what?
It's a fantastic
if you got it, it's time. Let's light it, roll it, spark it, all of that good shit. Because it's
I'm telling, I'm sending this to him. This is, oh god, yeah. This is Will is so pissed off. Wes is so pissed off.
It's fine. It's fine.
I had to open the balcony.
Dang. All right.
Also, I gotta close the door now because I can't hear shit.
How did you lose hearing? Oh, echoes. Got it. That was worth it.
Thank you for posing that question. But okay, I'm not going to answer the question, but I will talk about the question for a second.
Okay.
It's very interesting that you bring that up because literally for as long as I can remember, I have always like in my mind imagined having some form of anime powers. Like I will look at my hand and imagine like I can conjure a fireball or Rasengan or
Rasengan?
Yeah, Rasengan.
Oh, Rasengan. Yeah.
Lightning blade, whatever you want to call it. Or like how many times did I pretend to go Super Saiyan as a child? Like, there's so many. The possibilities are just endless. So I can't really answer that without like saying every thought that I've had for like the past 30 years. So
right.
I think it comes down to this: that anime, that having the filter of using your anime knowledge really takes away a lot of what the best parts of anime are. Right?
Yeah.
I think all the coolest powers of anime are people's like wills already. Right? So like Goku's will to become Super Saiyan, Yusuke Urameshi's will, so now he has the spirit gun. Pretty much everything cool in anime gets their own will that kind of gets in there, right? Like Hunter x Hunter, Gon has his Nen, that's his will, right? So by taking that away and making it become a physical object, I think you are stuck in your mech animes, your space battle animes, because if you have I mean, we all kind of knew West was a Fire Nation. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Big Zuko.
We can talk about that later.
No, he got that Ty Lee energy. I'm just kidding.
You got that Ty Lee energy? All right.
No, you got my energy. That's the one. Mine's the one I meant.
Huh?
Oh, God.
I meant mine, not Ty Lee. You ain't doing flips, but
yeah, you're back.
I just had back surgery like 6 months ago. No,
you're not doing no flips.
But I will throw some knives.
Oh God. All right.
Damn.
I think that was it. Yeah.
All right. So let's do this then. Let's wrap this up. What we got any plugs or recommendations? Start off with you, Matt Kid.
Plugs. I have shows coming up with Comedy Sports here in Chicago. Virtually this coming Wednesday, I will be on twitch.tv/CSZN. I believe that's 8 p.m. We're going to be doing a virtual show there. And then I'm also in the live show the following day, which is now going to be at Piper's Alley near North and Wells in Chicago. That's Piper's Alley on Thursday and virtually on the Twitch Wednesday. Recommendation-wise, there's so much out there that I should be reading, watching, and what have you. I think I'm going to jump into Jujutsu Kaisen because I have intentions to see a movie soon, and I have yet to see Nan episode.
Well, you got sub and dub available on Crunchyroll right now.
Yes, I do.
Whole thing.
Shout out to Crunchyroll. They back
Crunchyroll Funimation.
Not really, but like they just provide.
Yes, merge.
Yeah, they just provide
talk about
the content.
That's the thing that happens.
Just go see the movie without any context, and then if you like it, watch the show.
We need more content, and there's so much out there. Like Crunchyroll's ridiculous.
See, I know it's ridiculous, but the thing that I always get stuck on with Crunchyroll is like they just feed you the same shit. Like that's I've been in like a weird phase. I've just been really digging like really old anime, like something about the simplistic hand drawing and like they used to have like
I watched all of Hajime no Ippo recently, and it was great.
Oh, nice. Do they have the old like orchestras making the background music as compared to like some dude on a computer now?
Yeah,
and it's just like there's a place for it. Don't get me wrong, but just that watching the old Lupin the Thirds, like the '60s version, where it's like there's some like Japanese Bob Dylan impersonator who's like, "Hey man, it's Lupin." Like it's just like a thing that happens in the background, like music that goes on. It's wild, but just something about the vibe of like '70s, '80s anime right now. I'm just like really into.
It's a great period. I highly recommend it.
No, I've been listening to a lot of Pacific Wave on Spotify, so yeah, it's been definitely giving me those anime intro and outro vibes
For sure.
And I just play it like while I'm working, and it's easy to work to.
Definitely. You got any plugs or recommendations, Wes?
Well, I will be back on the Twitch this week with some more Pokemon content. I will be going through the Victory Road in Elite Four and Brilliant Diamond, and finishing up the story in Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, sounds amazing.
So yes, I will be doing both of those this week, and I am saying that right now to dedicate myself to do it because I get lazy when I get home from work. But here we are. This is keeping myself accountable.
Accountability.
And recommendations. Wow, that's a funny comment.
Yes, poke those mon. Poke
I'm
them.
gonna catch them all. Let's say I'm gonna catch them all.
Poke them all.
For recommendations, actually, I'm back. I am on the tail end of season 4 of Star Wars Rebels, and let me just say, it has been a ride. Like I avoided this show for a while because I was just like, I don't know, is it gonna be as good as Clone Wars? Yes, and better. Like like Phoebe recommended this to me, and they couldn't have been more right. It is amazing. It has the best lore. It is funny in the ways that it needs to be funny, heartwarming. Like you get to see so much more just about the starts of the rebellion, and it's really, really nice. Like I'm like maybe like 5 or 6 episodes left in the series, and I'm trying not to watch them all today. So we'll see if that happens.
I will give an update the next time we do this because I am beginning a listen, read, watch through of Star Wars, going all the way back to the first book, which is like pre anything that's been made into a movie. Okay. And I'm going to use it to get in shape. I'm just going to walk and listen.
Okay.
All right. So for my plugs and recommendations, I just did a late night MI show last night, so I'll probably have another one for next week, for next month. I mean, but the first Wednesday of every month, if you're in LA, come out to Santa Monica West Side Comedy Theater. We do the West Side Comedy Story. It's an improvised musical. We doing it. This is our 4th month. This will be our 5th month doing it in person. It's been crazy that we've been doing shows in person for 5 months, but we out here. We'd love to see you come out. We've had sold out shows the last like 3 months, so that's been fantastic.
That's awesome.
I don't really have too much else live going on in the foreseeable future. Some stuff might be popping off in April, but for now that's the case. Recommendations: if you have HBO Max, I recommend checking out the show Our Flag Means Death. It is a pirate show that is directed and kind of co-starring Taika Waititi. Yeah. Okay. It's based on a loosely true story of a dude named Stede Bonnet. He was a English gentleman who gave up his life of nobility to be a pirate. And in the show, it's a version of his diary that's been adapted for comedy, obviously. But Taika Waititi is the legendary Blackbeard.
Wow.
And it's been very fun. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of a lot of multicultural cast, a lot of people that are playing characters from different countries. It's a lot of fun to watch. The storylines each kind of will go somewhere you're not expecting, but they're all like very fantastic and highly recommended.
What's it called again?
It's called Our Flag Means Death. There's some people that Matt, you may know a person that is in the writers' room for that show.
Let me check that. Our
I don't know
Death.
who all you know, but it is really good. Actually, Rose,
that's a good question.
It's actually like one of the. It is actually something that gets touched upon in a very like interesting way, Phoebe. So for you, I'd highly recommend watching it. But it's a really fun show. It's a good comedy. It's a nice change of pace. It feels like it was shot in the similar way that they shoot movie musicals, if that makes sense. Or like it seems like it's weird. It's cool. It fits the vibe of what it's doing so well. And then if you are a person who has the PlayStation 4 or the PS Plus stuff, check out one of the free games. It's the Ghost of Tsushima. It's their multiplayer, the Legends. I've never played Ghost of Tsushima. It was one of those ones that's like, I'll play it when the PS5 comes out. I have a base PS4, so it was like, I can't even do this in 4K. What's the point? Right. But it's a free game. It's multiplayer. I've been playing with a couple friends. It's pretty fun. I'd recommend it if you have.
Playing it on the 4?
I'll play it on the 4, yeah, the PlayStation Network. So if you have a PlayStation Network and you're Plus and you get the free games of the month, I'd highly recommend checking that one out. Other than that, that's been my primary recommendations. I've still been listening to that Mandem Kings playlist on Spotify I recommended a couple weeks back. And then not really a recommendation, more like just the fact, I'm a big fan of Eurovision. I think after this weekend, we'll have every song that's going to be there. Will all be officially out and ready. I do not like it. Last year when we did when it was Eurovision, I always try to do the special of we're cheering on everyone black in Eurovision. Unfortunately, this year we only have 2 contestants. Shout out to Germany and Belgium. There are 2 black acts this year, as compared to last year that had like 7. But that's neither here nor there. But there's some really fun music, some really great premises. A lot of songs that I like but know aren't going to win, and some songs that I'm pretty sure are going to win that I don't like. But it's a good time if you enjoy music of all types of varieties. Give a shout out to a lot of them, because there's literally I forget which country, but one of them literally it's a song about like going green and being vegan, and they literally start off the song with instead of meat, I eat veggies and pussy. It's wild.
You know what? Not saying it. I've grown.
Yeah, you have, and I appreciate it. But
great diet.
Just recommend checking it out. There's like an act from I forget what, again, another European country, but it's like it sounds like the 80s like anime music that we're talking about. Like the sound of the band is like, oh, like Lupin the Third could do a montage over this, and like it would be great. Like even like if I could meet them and be like, all right, here's your music video premise. You're Lupin, you're Cheating. Like I would definitely do that. But it's dumb. But yeah, if you like music and trying all over the place, there's the Ukrainian act right now is one I definitely recommend. Everything that's going on in the Ukraine. They came out with this song that's like the hook is. It sounds like it's probably like a folk song that's been elevated to like you expect a dance, like a rave folk music to happen. But then like this like rapper jumps out. It's wild. But yeah, I see it. Yeah, you gotta check it out. It's called Eat Your Veggies by Citizeni. And I want to say it's from Latvia, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. But
okay, that's fine. There's a lot of countries out there. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll come do like a special everyone here is watching on the Twitch or the Facebook, but there is a YouTube aspect here, and on that YouTube channel on the Smokeout Presents, we don't have enough viewers to actually have that tag yet. But my wife and a friend and I do Eurovision coverage. So if you want to check out some music, check us out over there. We're actually getting started on what we're going to be doing for our song reviews and all that stuff coming up soon. So keep an eye and an ear out for that. But honestly, we're just chilling, man. It's just really out here chilling. So, anyone else got anything else to say?
Be outside.
Okay. All right. I guess instead of doing my trademark positivity speeches, we'll just end it with "We're outside."
We outside.
Baka mitai 子供なのね夢を追って傷ついて嘘が下手なくせに笑えない笑顔見せた I love you もろくに言わない口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたのダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でも歪まない思い出がバカみ